Hey, how are you guys this evening? What's that, Dave? The game is finally released? Final Fantasy VII Remake is finally playable in your own two hands? The drought is over despite being nearly 2 decades? Oh, finally! Let's be honest, 2020 wasn't an amazing year by any standards, but with all of us stuck at home, I decided to play some new games. And what a great game to kick off spring with than the long anticipated Final Fantasy VII Remake, which isn't just a remake or a remaster. I'd rather call it a reboot, since everything it does redefines what a definitive edition can ever be. There will be spoilers for the story later on in the video. Firstly, the obvious, the visuals. I have been playing footage of the game in the background on a PS4 Slim, not even a PS4 Pro or a PS5, and look at these lighting effects! Forget love and fame, I just want to live inside Midgar. The way the sunlight bounces off the water puddles and the evil corporate artificial lights and metallic structures that make unique noises whenever Cloud walks over them, it all feels real. Visuals aren't, in my opinion, necessary for a good game. However, when it comes to remakes, certainly people are expecting a graphical upgrade, and this game delivers. Not only do the characters no longer look like walking action figures, but you can even see the green hint of Mako energy in Cloud's eyes. Yes, the game does take a second to load in the new textures, but most loading screens are secretly hidden through a not-so-secret section you will encounter throughout most of the game, which is slipping between cracks and corners. The game has also removed the top-down perspective in favour of a third-person viewpoint, so you can place yourself in a world a lot better, allowing for the world to seem larger and with much more dynamic levels. Secondly, the music, which you have been hearing throughout this video. I shall play the original game's battle theme, followed by the remake's updated battle theme, which is a remix that only adds more excitement to the fights. Have a listen. Can you hear the effort, the blood, sweat and tears that went into the new melodies? As a big fan of harsher genres of music, this was absolutely euphoric to hear all the way through. There's even a remix for a workout minigame, and the themes soften and sound much more blurry and quiet when you are not in battle. Overall, you cannot go wrong with this soundtrack. It really sets the harsh realities of living in a toxic and man-made city. Next, the combat. In the original game, you would fight in a turn-based format, only being allowed to act after the enemy has acted, and repeat. In this game, Tetsuya Nomura is involved, meaning the creator of Kingdom Hearts has touched Final Fantasy, and thus resulted in a beautiful baby with Final Fantasy story and the combat of Kingdom Hearts, which is action based since you attack, block and dodge attacks yourself in real time. There is also the ATB gauge, which when full allows you to select what spell or ability you want to cast, Whether that be a Curaga heal spell if you are in danger, or a focused thrust, a strike with your sword that massively increases enemy stagger. Ooh, that's another new element. Stagger must be built up, and when the bar is full, the enemy is weakened and defenseless for a short period of time, allowing to enact revenge and release all of your stress in one blow to finish enemies off. And nearly 50 hours later, the combat still doesn't get old. The story is interesting, to say the least. I will be vague to keep some of the mystery, and to encourage you there watching. I see you, Jennifer! You should buy this game as it is a PlayStation exclusive. I recommend it. Obviously, a remake of anything cannot change the story too much, otherwise it is no longer a remake, rather a stupid fanfiction. However, those of you who know the events of the original game may be surprised to learn that in the remake, Biggs is alive after the credits. What does that mean for other characters? Will they live after they die? Either way, the game still follows Cloud's strife. Ex-soldier, sorry Cloud, I know you're watching, working as a mercenary for money. After discovering Barrett, who hires him to plant a bomb in the Mako reactor, you quickly find yourself questioning what is morally right, as you are committing a crime. But this crime involves destroying Mako energy vampire systems that were using it to power human creations. For context, Mako is the world's blood, and yes, it's pronounced Mako, not Mako or Mako. Get it right. Anyways, Mako is the world's blood, and if you keep using it, eventually it will run out and everyone will die a gruesome, horrible death. Will Cloud be able to save humanity? We do not know for now, until the second and potentially third parts of the remake arrive, which is the only large issue I have with the game. Final Fantasy VII Remake only covers the events in Midgar, which was only the first 15 hours of the original game, which was 80 hours long, meaning we will have to wait likely up to a decade for the conclusion. Nevertheless, the game has incredible potential to create a new genre of games, reboots. I hope I have helped you learn at least a little something new today.